Welcome to Solving Life. I'm Nolan, and I really wasn't planning on making this video for you guys today. With my 1-year anniversary of leasing my 2020 Acura TLX coming up at the end of the month, I was online looking up what I think my next car will look like. When making these types of life decisions, I always try to make sure I take the time to weigh all my options to make sure I make the best decision for myself. When doing this research, my girlfriend asked if I was doing it for a video, and I originally told her no, but then I figured it'd be a great way to show my line of thinking when it comes to vehicle purchases. So let's start a year ago, and why I chose to lease instead of buy. To me, there are many benefits of doing both, and I think it's more of what suits the individual than making a blanketed statement about why one is always better. To me, a car is something more than just a way to get to point A to point B. I love being behind the wheel of a car, and there's something really special about driving a luxury car to me that holds more value than driving like a 10-year-old Honda Accord. I know that a luxury car is a luxury, and it's not something that everyone in life gets to experience. But to me, it's well worth it. Some people get great joy in life buying $10,000 sets of furniture. Others want the nicest TV on the market. And others are complete and total savers. Everyone is different, and nobody can tell you that there is only one path to success, because success in itself is objective. So, with that disclaimer out there, I chose to lease my car because I cannot see myself driving the same car for more than 4 years. Cars are always getting better and better with the technology available, and the way they look is always getting so much more beautiful. My biggest gripe with cars in general is that you spend so much money on something for it just to be outdated in a year's time. Cars don't get any better as you own them, and selling cars can be a hassle, and you're constantly worried about getting ripped off or not getting a good deal. Never lease a car because you can't afford to actually buy it. If you can't afford to buy a car outright or through a loan, then more often than not, you will not be able to save any money because all of it's going to be going towards your lease. I personally like not having a car payment, but would never outright buy a car in cash if it's worth more than $35,000. Because I can get so much better return on that money in other avenues to more than offset the interest rate. I have no plans to buy a car that is not a Tesla. So, why did I choose Acura? Bottom line, it was the best value for my money. Living in an apartment at 24, I couldn't have gotten a Tesla because of having nowhere to charge it, and I will not buy a Tesla having to solely rely on supercharging. I also couldn't rationalize spending more than $50,000 on a car. So that left me with 4 options. The Acura at $50,000, a Stinger at $48,000, an Accord at $40,000, and a Camry at $38,000. The Acura was the all-around car, and it hit every single mark. The Stinger was the performance that checked many boxes, and the other two were the budget ones. The Camry and Stinger gave terrible quotes, with over $25,000 for the Camry and $29,000 for the Stinger. So they got thrown out. It was just too much money for something that didn't check every single box. If I was going to settle, it would be because the cost savings outweighed the compromise. The 2 cars left, the Honda and the Acura. Honestly, it was a tough decision between the two, and I had a lot of back and forth with both parties. The best offer I got for the Accord was $5,000 down, $313 a month. That would be a grand total of $16,268 throughout the life of the lease. The best I got for the Acura was $5,000 down, $434 a month, coming to a grand total of $20,624. Living in an unpredictable Ohio climate, I knew all-wheel drive was something that I felt I really needed, and that alone is about a $2,000 to $3,000 upcharge. So, if we take that out of the Acura total, it shows only a gap of about $2,000 between that and the Honda. For me, with the numbers being so close, I knew that my happiness would be the determining factor, and I can say I'm so happy with the decision I made. Now, to the good stuff. Why Tesla breaks the mold of everything I thought a car was. I couldn't imagine there being a car out there that gets updates like a computer would. I mean, I'm sitting here on a 2015 iMac that is running the same OS as one just bought yesterday. To have that capability moving into the car sector changes everything. It makes me mad when I'm in my car and I use my lane keep assist and I have to jump in and help it out because I know that it will always have that issue and my input isn't being recorded anywhere. Honestly, if I could have had my 2008 car update to have all the features as my current model, I would have kept it until the wheels fell off. The amount of value that Tesla has created with over-the-air updates is basically like buying a new car every 3 years in my opinion, because many of these features come standard. Another added value is not dealing with oil changes and gas stations. In doing the math, I'm on pace to average about $2,304 in gas, and that's just driving to work and back. That's also not taking into account trips or me going to my hometown to visit my family and friends. Tesla's full self-driving also adds tremendous value to the car. Some that's hard to really put into monetary terms. One huge benefit is allowing your Tesla to work for you while you are either at home, at work, or just not using your car yourself. The plan is to allow people to opt into the Tesla ride-hailing network, to let their car be an autonomous taxi, and make money for the owner. This could potentially pay off the entire cost of the vehicle and then return a profit. Imagine a car that's actually making you money. Now, tell me Tesla isn't looking to change everything that a car is thought to be. Another benefit would be it frees up the drivers to get so much more done while they're in their vehicle. It would be like having a chauffeur driving you everywhere you go. Time is money, and the more of it you can be productive in, the more we can accomplish in the small time we have here on Earth. Effectively, for me, having a self-driving car would be like adding another hour to the day, giving me an edge to try to accomplish more than others. Breaking down the numbers. Comparing the Tesla Model 3 to the car I have now I think is a fair comparison. They are both entry-level models in the compact sedan market. The starting prices are basically the same, with both of them starting in the $37,000s. The prices do go up from there, and to do a complete comparison for the Acura and their performance model in the TLX, we'll have to use an estimate. For me, I have 3 builds for the Tesla that I'm considering: a straight-up blue long-range model, a straight-up blue performance model, and a blue long-range with FSD. I would love FSD, and me getting it is really dependent on what the price is when I buy mine in 2 years. For Acura, I would either go with the TLX Advanced model or that equivalent in the Type S. I have the prices laid out here in the spreadsheet with an estimate of $56,000 for the Type S based on this graphic. The actual price may be more or less, but I think this should give us a good base. Looking at entertaining a lease, we see some interesting developments. The first thing that really jumps out to me is that the long range with FSD is actually more expensive than just the performance version, but the actual cost to lease is pretty similar, and actually the one with FSD is cheaper. We also see the TLX without the performance model is the cheapest. Doing some math on my average gas and oil cost I incur broken down here in this slide, I see that I spent about $2,834, which gives me a complete cost of owning the Acura for about $23,481, which is about $300 more, which I would imagine would be spent on electricity to charge the Tesla. I would say that both cars are the same from a price perspective. Now, looking at the performance specs, the Acura has a 0 to 60 time of about 6.1 seconds, and Tesla has a great time of about 4.2. Even better than the estimated 4.5 time that the super expensive Type S model sports. After using Acura's Lane Keep Assist, I would say that Genesis and Kia both have better systems, and the Tesla Autopilot is industry leading. Teslas are some of the most safest cars on the road, earning a 5-star rating throughout all tests. For me, Tesla is a car you buy, not lease, but I can only compare with the information I have, and maybe in a future video I can get some loan quotes and see how it stacks up against other cars in its class. Based on the charts, Tesla do provide good value, but there are some cars that can be comparatively priced. Thanks for watching. Tell me in the comment section below what car you're driving and what your next purchase will be. Make sure you zap that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the channel. My name is Nolan, and that's Solve Life.